track off the record called Elbow Grease, and it's really just about the struggle of trying to get ahead, really, and then there are people around you telling you that all you got to do is work a little harder, and you can be just as rich as I am or something,
Right.
Sooner or later you get to the point where you just don't believe that anymore, and the last thing you want is to fucking hear it a million times. But as far as the overall message of the record, we named it United State because of basically current affairs. I mean, the United States is like we're all in the same state of mind here, and it's basically we're just not satisfied.
Right. Yep.
But as far as the individual songs go, no, they're not. They just I can't really help. My lyrics are usually about me, But I don't put any political stuff into the lyrics. I haven't done that yet,
Right.
Someday.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, I was sitting here listening to the album before you called, and I was really Know Yourself was really I was really rocking out to that one. That's a great track.
There's actually a funny story behind that song. I spoke of my Charlie and I were in a band that turned into Brand New Sin called God Below, and that song, those riffs are that old, and me and Kenny, our old guitar player, I remember coming up with those riffs on Charlie's porch a long time ago, and trying to use it as a song for our band at the time, God Below, and just nothing ever coming of it. And then we tried to use it for Brand New Sin, and Joe, our old singer at the time, we just tried to get him to write lyrics for it, and he never really finished anything. And it was always a song that was like in the works, And then after Joe left the band, we had a singer for a short period of time after him. His name is Joe Sweet. He's from Utica. He's about 40 minutes away from us. But he wrote the lyrics to that song and put the lyrics to the music, and I thought he did such a great job at it. And we wanted to use the song because, for one, it was so old and it came out so good, and would be a waste, to not use it.
Right.
He didn't want us to use his lyrics, and there was like this small little short term legal back and forth with it. We were trying to figure out, well, we want to use the song, and we basically had to convince him. But it's really just hats off to him, because I tried to write it myself lyrically, and I couldn't come up with nothing better than he did, and it just would have been a shame not to put it on the album.
Right. Yeah, that's very cool. So I also was let me back up. I want to thank Clawhammer for making this interview happen, because that's how I heard about you guys, and they were like, "Hey, you wanna interview these guys?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, they rock." So thank you to Clawhammer for making this happen, and thank you, obviously, because you called.
Yeah, we thank Clawhammer every day now. It's good to have them on our team,
Yeah, they're a good group of guys. Seems like they're doing bands well, and they're always constantly sending me new stuff, so it's very cool.
Yeah, I guess that's what it takes, It's good to have somebody behind you like that, because the band just can't do everything by itself. Our record before this was our only independent release that we have, and we did the best we could with it. But I mean, there's so much, to work an album. It's a lot of man hours,
Right. So is this album independent too, or is this with a label?
No, this is with Goomba Records.
Okay. Yep. Goomba. Yep.
Tim King from Soil. That we go back, a ways now with him, and we've been on tour with Soil, and he really, it was just like he called us up and contacted us and was like, "Hey, I'm doing a label. You guys want a deal?" And it was that easy,
Right.
And Tim's always been really cool with us, so it's good to have him in our corner too,
Yeah, no doubt. So he's from the band Soil then, right?
Yeah.
And so Goomba is his label?
It's a partnership.
Okay.
He's one of the partners. There's a lot of people involved with the label, and he's basically our contact.
Gotcha. Okay. I was curious because I've been a Soil fan since their very first album came out. Their first album is my favorite, actually.
They're old school now, man. They were around a long time now. You know, time flies.
Yep, it does. It reminds me how old I'm getting.
Me too.
So, very cool. So, okay, so let's talk about the album cover. Who designed that? Because it is killer.
Yeah, we went back to our buddy Billy White, and he designed the album cover with some direction given by Kevin, our drummer. He referenced a certain artist. I can't remember who he was referencing, but he gave an example. You know, the kind of stuff that this guy would do. You know, and Billy White, he knew right away what he was talking about, and he came back with that album cover, and I remember the first time I seeing it. I mean, I knew it would be badass because that's just how Billy is. I mean, Billy's done. He did he had a hand in our Recipe for Disaster layout and the Tequila record layout. So everything that he's going to come back at you with, it's going to blow your head off, and you're totally going to be satisfied. But when I saw that cover for the first time, it totally just spoke to me. I think it turned out great. It's really, really evil looking. You know, it's cool. The big pig in the sky and all the little piglets down there raising hell and knocking along. You know, it fits the album title definitely. You know.
Right. Well, the reason I get so excited when I see good artwork on an album cover, it seems like we went through a stretch where everybody just wanted to put their picture of themselves on the cover.
Yeah.
And it seems like bands are going back to actually, you know, really having the artwork, and I think that's a huge thing for people, especially for those of us out there that still like to buy albums and things.
Yeah, well, you're a dying breed, though.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I feel the same way. I was just talking to my buddy last night. You know, what you used to get buying an album. I mean, if you think of, I'll give you a perfect example of a personal example. When I got the Sam Hain November Coming Clear 12-inch, you know, on vinyl, you know, it had the lyric sheet in there. The cover was awesome, and the pictures on the back. I mean, it was just like that's what you got when you bought an album.
Right.
Or another even greater example is you know, Physical Graffiti by Zeppelin is basically a fucking book. I mean, it's huge. You know,
right.
That was everything you got when you bought an album. But I mean, with these days, I mean, people have their music on their phone. You know, your phone is like everything now. So I mean, I still come from the school of, you know, I want to hold the physical copy. You know, that's just me. But
right. Well, but in even like, you know, the digital copy that I have that Clawhammer sent, it has album cover. So I still, even if I don't have the physical copy in my hand, I mean, at least I still get that. So it's, you know, I get a lot of music from bands that I don't even get any of that stuff. You know, that's not even part of their.
On your digital copy, you can read through all the lyrics and everything.
Oh, let me check. I don't think the lyrics. I have the cover, and then I have like I have two different logo pictures, and then I have a promo picture.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I have a promo picture actually of you guys, the band.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's is it the one with I got my arms around Kevin, Charlie, and Tommy's at the bottom there? Because on the back of the CD, that's the picture.
Yeah, it's the one where one of the guys is wearing like a bandana, one's wearing like an Aussie hat kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which one is you on there?
I'm the guy on top. And Tommy's the one with the hat on.
Oh. So you're the one with the long hair and the beard?
Yeah.
Oh. Excellent. Sorry, just trying to put a name to the face, you know.
Yeah, I get it.
So what else? So what's going on with you guys right now, as far as promoting and stuff?
We played last night at a club just down the street from where I live that we haven't played in about 3-4 years. we opened up for a pale horse named Death. Cool. Johnny from Typo Negative plays drums for him, and Sal from that used to play drums for Life of Agony. He's the singer-guitar player. They were a great band. We played with them last night. We're playing in Fulton tonight, which is on the outskirts of Syracuse. We got scattered shows in December, and then after the first of the year, we'll get back into it really seriously again. And we really were just looking for some kind of tours that make sense, you know. We got to have gas money and something to eat. That's basically what we asked for.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. Obviously, that's a big change in the industry nowadays. Is I talk to all these bands that they want to do tours or they're touring, and they're footing the whole bill. I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I mean, we used to do that too. I mean, we're at the point now where we just can't lose money. You know,
right.
We don't have money to lose. It's got to make sense, and it's oftentimes a heartbreaker when you can't make a show happen because you can't afford to go in the hole. I can't afford to pay out of my pocket to go play this show. I don't have the money. That's all. You know.
So, are you guys all able to do this full time? Do you guys have jobs on the side too? I mean.
Oh yeah. We all work. Kevin's a music teacher, instructor. I'm in business with my brother. We have a pizza shop called Fat Jamie's Pizza, and Charlie. Everybody's got jobs, you know. We gotta put money in our pockets.
Right. I hear kids in the background, so you must have kids too, hey?
Yeah, I got kids. Yep.
Nice.
I got a boy and a girl.
How old?
My boy is 11, and my girl's 7 years old.
Okay. I have a son that's 11, a son that's 10, and a daughter that's 7. So.
Wow. Yeah, talk about making you feel old, man. You're still making you feel old.
Exactly. Exactly, and you know as well as I do, they're not free.
No, they're not. They're definitely not.
So what kind of bands did you grow up listening to? What kind of music? I guess what were your influences to make you want to do this?
Well, Metallica first and foremost. That was basically the first band that made me think that I wanted that really kind of fired me up as far as this is the type of thing I'm into. The first Metallica record I got was Injustice for All, and I really think that even these days, I mean that record steps all over anything that ever comes out. Period. The way Metallica was when I discovered Metallica, basically that was me getting into heavy metal. But after discovering them, and reading up on and their influences, it was Metallica that actually turned me on to early Black Sabbath, which I got really deep into, and the Misfits as well. And after, I would say another big couple records for me were those first two Danzig records. The Debut and Lucifuge, when those records came out, those were a big, huge inspiration for me. But I got a lot of bands that I even further deeper into my roots. It was like there was always Van Halen and ZZ Top and AC/DC. The list goes on and on.
Yeah, I hear you. It sounds like we have very similar musical tastes. So.
There's other bands that are really old that I haven't. I always liked everything I heard by them, but I haven't even yet still dug in as deep as I would like to. Like Thin Lizzy, for example. Everything I hear from Thin Lizzy is. I fucking love it, but I haven't even scratched the surface on Thin Lizzy's catalog. But I just know I love them as a band. I'm still discovering old stuff, and I can't. It seems like the old, you hear the old timers always say, like, they don't make them like they used to, and it's just, I think it's it's kind of similar with music. I mean, the older stuff, it just has this certain cool magic to it. I mean, I can't remember the last new band that I've heard that really blew me away. I think the last more modern band that I really dug into was COC, who really, I have to say, all in all, is probably one of my biggest influences too. COC. I think that I still rock out to COC more than probably anything.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, speaking, you mentioned bands that you haven't even scratched the surface. The one I've been getting into lately is Deep Purple, and I'm like, I need to get into them deeper because I'm just loving what I'm listening to.
That's funny. I got Deep Purple in my car right now. Yeah, that's cool. They were awesome band. Yeah, I mean, I got like friends of mine that I got a good buddy that's a real Deep Purple fan. And he's been constantly trying to turn me on to more and more onto them, and he actually gave me this CD that's in my car. But yeah, I love Deep Purple too, man. There's so many bands. They're but I always went through, it seems like I would go through phases too. Like I went through a phase where Guar was my favorite band, and I thought they were the greatest, and then it just kind of faded out, and there was a time when I was only into the most brutal of metal. I mean, Slayer, obviously, I was super deep into them, and I was into a lot of anything that was heavy and aggressive. I still dig on.
Yep. No, I totally understand, man. Okay, so now it's shameless promotion time. Where can people buy your album at?
Oh, you can buy it. You can find it pretty much at any of your favorite sites that sell music. The best way to get it would be through our website. That would help us out the most. But there, Amazon, all the major ones, the labels had make sure that it's available through all those sites. And I got to be honest with you, I'm bad at running down the list of them. But if you have a favorite site that you go to that one and buy it there. I'm sure it's there.
Right. What's you go ahead and throw out the address of your guys' website. We'll try to push people buying it that way.
Our website is real easy. www.brandnewsin.com, and you can get through. From there, you can get to all of our other websites, including our Facebook, and the list goes on when it comes to that too. We also have a fan site that can be accessed through our main website. So the easiest way to remember would just be brandnewsin.com. It doesn't get any simpler than that.
That's easy enough, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Which we're very lucky to own, by the way. I mean, we had an issue with that at one point. We had one of our former labels actually owned the what is it, the URL, the brandnewsin.com. We had to harass him for forever, it seemed, to get it, but we got it now, so yeah, go to that one.
That's good. Nothing can be easy, can it?
Yeah, it's I always get that feeling, man. Why does every fucking thing have to be done the hard way? And it wasn't a situation where he was running from us. He was just a busy guy, and it took us forever to get him to sign off on it, and it was just a pain in the ass. I'm glad it's over with.
Oh, I know something I haven't asked you. How did you guys come up with the name Brand New Sin for the band?
I came up with the name, and I at the time I was we were, like I said, we had an old band, God Below, and we were going through a style change, because God Below was nothing like Brand New Sin was. God Below had it was like a metalcore band, and the singing was really screamy and raspy and really heavy, but there wasn't much melody to it. So when we started jamming with Joe, we basically were reworking some God Below songs into making them more of a rock vibe, and we knew we had to change the name because it was completely different. We were definitely going for a more hard rock sound.
Right.
So I was thinking, I'm a huge Danzig fan, and I actually got the name God Below from a Danzig song. I got it from the song Twisted Cane, and I wanted to kind of keep that, keep that kind of thing going. And at the time, I think that Danzig's current record was the first song on the record was called Brand New God, and I wanted to have something like that. It made sense. It kind of fit the word sin in there, but really, a lot of my stuff I'm inspired by Danzig. I can't help it.
That's cool.
That's how I came up with the name.
Excellent. Well, I tell you what, I'm glad to know the history of you with the metal in the past, because I hear, I can hear elements of metal even though it's your hard rock. I hear, especially like the intros to the songs, I can really hear those elements of metal still in your music. So it's good to know the kind of background information.
It's definitely the type of thing, like, you can't, I mean, you just, if you come up on it, you can't shake it, and you shouldn't even try and shake it. It's funny, it's funny, and I get a kick out of hearing somebody say that to me about our music, and because honestly, I think I kind of borrow a little bit more from the punk rock sound than I do from the metal sound, but I can hear the metal in there too, and I'm glad other people can hear it too. Sometimes I worry that it might be confusing to some people with the mix of those elements, punk, rock, and metal, but I think it gives us our own sound, and I think we have our own sound, and I don't think every band can say that for themselves. To have your own sound is a huge thing, and I think we got it.
Yeah, and I agree. There's a lot of bands out there that are not unique sounding. I mean,
Yeah, there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit out there that it's the same old shit over and over again. But I mean, I think it takes balls to kind of be yourself and do something a little different. I mean, or just have your own sound. I mean, I think that just comes from not. There's a certain attitude you kind of have to have as far as like not giving a fuck what people think or whether or not they're even going to like it.
Yep.
It's not good to be 100% that way, but you have to have a certain arrogance when it comes to what your songs are going to end up sounding like.
Well, you're the artist. You have to believe in what you're doing, and that
exactly, because if you're not gonna like it yourself, then most likely nobody else is gonna.
Right. Well, and that's the thing too. Is when you believe in yourself, you can't worry about what other people think. I mean, if people are going to dig it, they're going to, and if they're not, they're not.
Yeah. Exactly. I agree.
And that's one of our things. That's pretty kind of our motto at Metalhead Radio is we don't, we're a metal station, but if I come across a good hard rock band that I like, nobody's going to tell me, well, Spence, you can't play that because they're not metal. They don't do that to me.
Yeah.
Well,
that attitude is always kind of laughable every time I hear it. I mean, it's if people ask, what kind of music you guys play, but besides telling you, well, it's a mix between and go through all these genres, it's easy, kind of easier just to say the good kind, and people that I feel sorry for people that are only into metal or only into hardcore, only into punk or only into rock. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, if it's good and you like it, admit that you like it, and don't worry about whether your friends are going to call you a pussy, because usually that's where that attitude comes from.
Right. Yep. Well, you couldn't have said it better, because I was just going to tell you our motto is if it's good, we play it, and that's all that matters. We don't do the genre thing at Metalhead Radio. It does not matter.
Yeah, that's good, man. That sounds cool.
Yep. So, and like I said, the owners give us the freedom to be that way, so they believe it.
Yeah, that's a good motto. I think that works well.
Matter of fact, I think that part where you said that, I'm going to cut that out and I'm going to throw it into my shows.
Go for it.
Okay, anything else that you'd like to tell everybody about Brand New Sin and what's going on? This is your last plug chance.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. We're going to be coming through wherever you are. We're going to try and get there, and go to our website. check out our music. There's a bunch of stuff on there that you can sample. There's videos we have. We have a new video, by the way, for the first song off the United States called "The Lord Came Down." You can watch that. You'll be able to watch it from our website in a very short amount of time. I think Noise Creep, I think it has debuted it, and it's going to be available everywhere shortly. So just keep your eyes peeled and come out and see Brand New Sin. Come say hi.
Excellent. Make sure if you guys come to Michigan, let me know, because I'm in Michigan. So.
Oh, we'll be there shortly. We always go to Michigan. We made the Lord Came Down video right in Detroit.
Oh, nice. That's about 2 hours from me. So.
Yeah. So we'll probably see you shortly.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay, so one last thing to add. Well, actually, I got two last things. The very beginning of the interview, for some reason, cut out on me. Okay. So if you could go, I hate to have you repeat, but if you could go back through the members of the band, just so we have that in an interview.
Yep. The members of the band, Brand New Sin, current lineup is me, Chris Weichman, guitar and vocals. Chuck Call is our bass player, and Kevin Dean plays drums, and our newest guy, Tommy Mikowski, we call him T-Bird. He's our newest guitar player.
All right. Sorry I have to do that, but thank you.
That's all right.
Appreciate it. Okay, last thing I'm going to ask you is if you could make a couple of radio tags for me.
Yeah, what do you need me to say?
So the first one can be, this is Chris from Brand New Sin, and you're listening to DJ REM at metalheadradio.com. And then the second one, same thing, but leave out the DJ REM part, just say metal, just a station tag.
Okay. Say that again for me. This is Chris, Metalhead Radio, DJ REM at Metalhead Radio?
Yes.
Okay, this is Chris from Brand New Sin. You're listening to Metalhead Radio with DJ REM.
Perfect. Then one more without DJ REM in there.
What's up, everybody? This is Chris from Brand New Sin. You're listening to Metalhead Radio.
Okay, perfect. Very much. Appreciate it.
Got it, man.
Yeah, that first one I'll play before I play your tunes, and then the other one I'll cut it out and I'll send it to all the DJs to play.
Sounds great, dude. Thanks for spending us, man. We really appreciate it.
Yep. Well, like you guys, and like I said, Clawhammer was. That's the other thing about Clawhammer. They don't just send me. They send out a lot of music, but when the guys send me stuff, they already know what I like and don't like.
Yeah.
So they don't send me a band they know I'm not gonna like. Or if they have a band that needs an interview, they don't send me a band just because they need an interview. They're like, okay, we're pretty sure you'll dig these guys. So, and if we're right, then let us know.
That's cool. Yeah, they're working their asses off on doing the records. So we're lucky to have them around. We're in a good spot right now. I feel really fortunate that everything's kind of going our way again.
Yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck for sure.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
So. Okay, well, that's all I have. Oh, that was just the other thing I was just going to let you know is after I play the interview back on my show, then like a day or two after I do that, I will upload it to YouTube, and then it'll be available on YouTube, and I'll post a link on your guys' web pages and stuff.
Awesome, dude. That would help a lot. Yeah, the more YouTube stuff we got, the better.
Yep. I just recently, in the last month or so, started using YouTube. I was doing podcasts.
Yeah.
But I had an epiphany. I'm like, if I put this stuff on YouTube, then when somebody searches for the band, they're going to get the interview too.
Yeah, and you know what? It seems like everybody goes to YouTube as the first idea to look for something. I know I do. I mean, it's so easy to find things on YouTube.
Well, pretty much. Somebody used to be like, "Hey, you heard of this band?" And you just type in YouTube and you get them.
Yeah. It's that easy, I know.
And you can listen to them. And they're like, hey, these guys are rocking. I should go buy their album. So
that's cool. Yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great.
Yep, it'll be there. Like I said, the links I'll post on your Facebook, and I'll also email it to Clawhammer and everything. So
fantastic. That'd be fucking fine. Great.
Okay, well, you have a great day. Thanks again.
Spencer, hey, thanks again for the interview. I'll see you soon. We'll be through Michigan shortly.
Okay, you just holler at me when you're coming.
You got it.
All right, take care.
All right.
Bye. Okay, we can make noise now. Thank you for being quiet, guys.